on. Yeah, we got. Erin's ready, man. I don't know if you saw the picture on her Facebook. To everybody on Facebook, hi. If you didn't see the photo earlier, I found Erin's perfect jacket for the winter storm. And she actually looked at me. It's kind of this dude wear this gigantic black jacket. And what was the first thing you said?
I'd wear it.
I know.
100% I would wear that. You think I'm joking?
I don't.
I got my snow pants out. Listen to this. I dug out my snow pants and my snow jacket that goes with the snow pants and my hardcore boots for Wednesday because it's supposed to be like -3 and with the real field temperatures like -30, and I will wear that to work and I do not care.
I don't know why everybody the real field temperature before we knew, right? Wasn't it better when you didn't know with wind chill? I don't want to know. If it's cold, it's cold, man. You don't need to tell me. Again, Jerry Hodak never did that. Hodak never went there, man. It is Snormageddon this morning. We're going to talk, by the way, with Keltie Knight. Keltie, you've seen her. She's a correspondent, fill-in host. She does lots of weekend stuff with Entertainment Tonight. Screen Actor Guild Awards last night. Now, that's the one where the actors vote for who their peers are, right?
Yeah, it's SAG after. It's all the people who work in the industry get to vote on who they think is the best in the industry. And I really like these awards as a SAG after member for the last eternity.
Now, are they drinking at these ones, too?
Oh, yeah, and the eating and all sorts of fun stuff.
I saw them mowing down last night. I don't know if they drink. Golden Globe's another one where they get kind of hammered, too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's always a legendary one. So we'll talk to Keltie in just a minute. Big news last night. I'm curious, there's another movie we want to touch on. Something we had mentioned on the air side, if you guys haven't seen it, one of our favorite weathermen, Frankie McDowell.
Frankie McDonald, yes, he's from Nova Scotia, and he has autism, and he's brilliant. He's one of my favorite people in the world. He does weather forecasting. That's his passion. He's even got a book out about his musings, and some of the money goes to autism awareness. But he did a weather forecast for us here in Michigan about the impending storm.
Now, if you guys want to see it, all you got to do is text us 248-398-WCSX. The keyword, of course, is
storm.
Now check him out.
This is Frankie McDowell, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major winter storm is headed towards Michigan on Monday, January 28th, 2019. It's going to bring up to around 6 to 12 inches of snow, or more, especially in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's going to bring a lot of snow in Lansing, Michigan, and Flint, Michigan. That's going to bring blow and drift of snow, reduce visibility, dangerous driving conditions, including Detroit, Michigan. People in Michigan, be prepared. Heavy winter boots ready, winter jackets ready. Hats and gloves, scarves, ski pants is ready. Order your pizzas and order your Chinese food. Buy cases of Pepsi, buy cases of Coke. Doing grocery shopping? Don't wait till the last minute. Do it right now.
Here he is, man.
Do it right now.
Do it. Get your Chinese, get your pizza, man. Again, you 248-398-WCSX. The keyword for that is
storm.
All right, you guys, we talk some movies here. Let's talk some movies, talk some award shows. Keltie Knight from Entertainment Tonight. Good morning, Keltie. How are you?
Hey, good morning.
Are you? Wow.
I'm surprised you're up and so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after the awards ceremony.
I love awards season. It's also my birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday.
I got the gift of Rami Malek and a possible sweep at the Oscars yesterday, and I'm feeling great.
Hey, I want to play that clip because we want to talk about that. Here's the clip last night, guys. You haven't heard it when Rami Malek won for Outstanding Performance by a Male Lead.
I thank Queen and Freddie Mercury. I get some power from him that is about stepping up and living your best life, being exactly who you want to be and accomplishing everything you so desire. And I feel that, and he allows us all to feel that. So this is, again, for him. Thank you very much.
Keltie, you said it. Are we seeing the beginnings of a potential run for Bohemian Rhapsody in the Oscars?
Listen, 48% of the Best Picture winners from the SAG Awards will go on to win the Oscar. So, unfortunately, Bohemian Rhapsody is not even really being talked about as Best Picture, even though it was my personal Best Picture. But I do think that it's definitely going to be between that and Black Panther, if there's anything. A lot of the members of the Screen Actors Guild community are also in the Academy. But in my heart, Rami Malek is taking home that Oscar, and he has played this, as a Hollywood insider, perfectly. I don't know if it was on purpose or if he has some master PR people behind him, but he's so kind, he's so lovely, he is so humble, and he's so likable.
Keltie, I have to ask this because there's a lot of controversy now surrounding Bryan Singer and Bohemian Rhapsody. Is that going to hurt their Oscar chances?
I have a hard time thinking that it would. And I hope that, that it doesn't. I think that there's an entire cast and crew of people that worked incredibly hard on a movie that they believed in that is excellent. And for them to have their light dimmed because of this it's sad, And like I said, Rami deserves all the credit in the world, and he's so fabulous. And I've interviewed the members of Queen many times about this movie and them still touring without Freddie, and they're also just such nice guys that you kind of want them to win,
Yeah, I was asking Aaron in the studio, Keltie, we were talking about it. I when I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody, it kept bugging me. I'm like, who's the guy playing John Deacon? He's the kid from Jurassic Park.
No.
He's the little kid from Jurassic Park.
I had the hidden Adam Lambert. Adam Lambert,
right,
who now tours with Queen, played the music manager guy. I didn't even see that when I was watching it. Oops.
Well, we didn't know it till later on. That Adam
and then
had
I was
snuck in
like,
there.
wasn't that Adam Lambert at the phone booth?
I'm sorry. It is so early. You're correct. Mike Myers is the agent, and the phone booth is Adam Lambert.
There you go. She's got, hey, it's your birthday, and you've been up all night. You can say anything you want right now. Keltie Knight with us from Entertainment Tonight. Of course, the SAG Awards last night. Emily Blunt wins for A Quiet Place. Now, I don't remember, and I apologize for not looking at the Oscar list. Is A Quiet Place up for Best Picture or not?
It's a major snub.
Yes.
No.
How has that happened?
It's a major snub for Emily Blunt because she has two crazy great movies this year, A Quiet Place and Mary Poppins, and they're both snubbed. But on top of that, the Best Song category, this is so, in my opinion, messed up. And we want Emily Blunt to sing at the Oscars. And
Absolutely.
Normally in Oscars past, all 5 or 6 nominees for Best Song all perform. Well, this year, they're only asking all the stars from Black Panther and Shallow from A Star is Born to perform live, and she's been so snubbed in her categories for acting and now snubbed for singing for Best Song because it's her song that's nominated.
Now, have they talked about why they're only having 2 performances this year? Because in honesty, the song part is always one of the highlights of the Oscars, and the in memorandum as well.
Exactly. You need a break from these people talking about themselves.
Amen.
Enjoy a nice song. Amen. Yeah, I don't know, and things can always change. It feels to me like the Oscars are off their mark a little this year in many ways, and so I'm sure there's last-minute shuffling. But also, it's an interesting time in the entertainment business because the second the Academy or the Screen Actors Guild or even Entertainment Tonight makes a decision and says something, the entire world gets to say a piece on social media. And so I think it's difficult for these companies like the Oscars to be like, oh, we're only going to do 2 songs and then backlash.
Right.
So they might change their mind, and hopefully they do because I agree with you. It is a highlight.
Keltie Knight with us talking about the SAG Awards last night. I was thinking about this comparison. You guys help me with this one. Aaron, you're more of a movie buff than I am, and Keltie, obviously what you do with Entertainment Tonight. Glenn Close wins for her role, right?
In The Wife.
In The Wife. And then Emily Blunt wins for A Quiet Place. Is Emily Blunt, to me, she seems like of this generation of actresses, she is going to become a Glenn Close type to me. She seems like she can do any role and do it really well, like Glenn Close has been doing for the past 30 years. Am I wrong, or do I see that level of talent in the two of these? And it seems similar to me.
Aaron?
Well, I think you could put Amy Adams in that category,
That's
too,
true.
with
Yeah.
Emily.
Yeah.
Amy and Emily are like the two that just keep popping up in everything lately.
What about you, Keltie?
I agree. I think the thing with both Amy, but Emily Blunt too, is Emily, you forget that you're watching Emily Blunt,
True.
And that's the best thing. Even when you see Meryl Streep, you sometimes forget that I'm watching Meryl Streep, and that's the sign of a really wonderful actress. And I just love when Emily won inside the theater, you could hear an audible gasp from her husband, John, who's like, "Wah!" And it's just so sweet. She gets up there. She, sort of said this wonderful thing about her family and her kids. And, God, she's so grounded and beautiful. And what is that like? Amazing.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
Her speech blew me away because it was all about her husband and her kids and I liked her little quip when she said to John, she was like, and if you didn't cast me in this movie, we would have had issues at home.
There's like this levity about them that I just love so much. I think sometimes in Hollywood, actors and actresses can take themselves really seriously because we live in this little bubble where what they do is the most important thing in the world. And I love it when I see an actress that is still sort of has a foot in the real world.
And I'm so glad last night, too, to see Alan Alda. So you have to understand, in my world, just a little share little insight, Keltie, that when I grew up, my dad would watch every night, I think it was 6 o'clock, MASH, reruns of MASH. That was his thing. Get home from work, take a shower, he got his iced tea, and he'd watch MASH. And I would sit and watch MASH with him as a kid. I have 2 pictures from my dad when he passed away that I kept from our house. One is a Rockwell baseball painting, and the other one is the cast picture of MASH that I got him, and he hung it over his chair. And he had it there like pretty much for 10 years. That was his favorite thing. And to see Alan Alda last night and the way they treated him when he got up there on stage, you forget Hawkeye means so much to so many Americans, and he was so eloquent last night.
He's a fabulous man. And that's a beautiful story. And it's interesting the way that these shows impact our lives, and it's a great story. I got to speak with him on the red carpet, and he came up, and I wasn't sure if you knew this, but he has recently come out and said that he has Parkinson's disease. And so he is very shaky, in the way that a Parkinson's patient is. And he still came up, but he had his grandchildren and his grandchildren's girlfriends and boyfriends on the carpet with him, so he was rolling 8 strong. And he was just so sweet. And I asked him, what do you want your legacy to be? You've been a part of so many shows, and you've meant so much to so many people. And he was like, no one's going to remember me in 50 years, but it feels really great to be celebrated tonight.
Alan Alda.
That was cool.
He's so classy.
I'm telling you the other thing, too.
Yeah.
And for people who haven't seen it, if you want to go into something really interesting, was towards the end of the run of the West Wing, the last 2 when they had Jimmy Smits on, he played the Republican candidate for president. The debates and the leading up to it are some of the best television you will ever see. The way they wrote it, and Alan Alda running for president was fantastic.
And I love that they brought him out to honor him. He's someone that's not a flashy Hollywood name, like, oh, we're going to honor Tom Hanks.
Right.
It was so great that the actors looked at his body of work and said, this is who we want to honor this year. Fabulous.
Hey, Keltie, you were awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out and talk with us this morning after the SAG Awards.
Thank you very much for having me.
At Keltie Knight on Twitter, Keltie on Instagram, and today is your birthday as well. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Keltie.
Bye.
All right, there she goes. Keltie Knight. It was fun. That was cool, man. All right.
She always, her outfits choices are amazing. By the
Oh,
way.
she really? Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some serious flair.
We don't have any, like, on our Instagram feed. We don't click on just women, for their looks and stuff on there.
Whatever, Jim.
That's an inside joke because if you're just watching this as well, when we first set up our Instagram account, I still don't know why I did it. Leanna Decker, is that her name?
Some swimsuit model.
No, topless model. She does topless stuff for Playboy, too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still on there. We're just following her because it's for research purposes. Should I, not follow her for the show?
I don't like to see her pop-ups when I use our Instagram account to post things, and then all of a sudden I see
she's very, you mean the smart? No, she doesn't. She's never topless in any of them. She's always wearing clothing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that most of the stuff she's wearing doesn't cover all of her lady bits and stuff. That's,
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't hear you there. All right, we're going to wrap it up here, and we're going to say hi to everybody on Facebook, too. Thanks for watching that. I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation, too. Share your comments below there, and we're going to get out of here because it's still snowing.
It's like little bits of snow.
I swear to God, if this becomes one of those 1 inch and nothing things,
I'll be a little peeved.
That could be the name of my sex life. Anyway,
Wow.
You haven't heard that? Guy goes to a library and he says, "You guys have a book for men with small you-know-whats?" And she goes, "It's not in it." He goes, "Yep, that's the title." Never mind. Bye.
Yeah.
Are you flustered now?
I am a little bit. I'm turning a little red.
I'm going to go look at Decker here and see what she's up to today. Bye.